this motherfucking episode right here. Where do I even begin, man? The more I watched Not All Dogs Go to Heaven, the worse it became. This episode went from being okay to downright insulting. Okay, real talk. It was not only insulting to theists or religious people, in my opinion, but when I watched it, I slowly began to realize that it was kind of fucking insulting to atheists. Yeah, I said that. I'll touch on that topic later. But basically, in this episode, you know how Family Guy starts. You know how it is. I mean, the family is fucked up. They're always fucked up towards Meg, you know what I'm saying? Basically, let's just get to the point. Meg finds religion. I think she becomes a Christian, you know? And before you even, like, talk shit in the comment selection, you know, the reason why she became a Christian is because of her fucking family. They didn't even give her a damn mump shot, you know? Let me just say this right now. If I was Meg, and if I had a family like Meg, I would probably search for religion too, for comfort too, cause goddamn, I swear to God, these motherfuckers, Peter Griffin takes his own daughter's face and farts in it. Yeah, cause you know that's funny. Meg's character is basically her there just to get bashed. You know, I don't like shit like that. I like to have a sense of justice. You know, if bad things happen to a character, then there has to be a reason why bad things happen to a character. Meg gets fucked up and shit for legitimately no reason. You know, I can't get into shit like that. But back to the point. Meg finds religion. She sees something on TV, and she kind of rejects it at first, but then the guy on the TV say, but first, are you lonely? Are you depressed? Are you this? Are you that? And that caught Meg's attention because, yes, that's true. Her family's fucking bashing her. Everybody in this motherfucking series bashing her. Okay? So basically, you know, like I said, she finds religion. Now, let me just skip ahead. I guess the family asked Brian if he was religious or whatever, and Brian was like, nah, you're barking up the wrong tree. I don't believe in God. And I thought that was interesting because, you know, I never seen Family Guy before touch on atheism. This was the first time atheism was brought up on Family Guy, at least the first time I seen it anyways. So I was interested to see how the family was going to deal with this, because at first it was like, what? You're not what? You're not religious? Da 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 da. You know how Lois's lame ass sound. So I was gonna be like, oh, okay, so are they gonna accept them at the end of this episode? If so, that would be beautiful, because the Family Guy, the family itself, they're religious. So if they accept Brian for who he is, then that would be beautiful in my opinion. No, they didn't go for that route. They didn't go there. In fact, there were so many things that could have made this episode way better. Like I said, I'll touch on these topics later. So basically, ever since, this was fucked up on Meg too, because there's nobody to root for in this episode. Nobody to root for. Real talk. Okay, so let's say okay. So Meg doesn't like the fact that Brian is an atheist. What does Meg does? She tells the entire city of Quahog that Brian is an atheist. That was fucked up from the get-go, because that was Brian's business. And then everybody in Quahog starts bashing Brian. So you mean to tell me that Brian is the only atheist that lives in fucking Quahog? You bum-ass bastards. You really expect me to sit here to believe that there's no deist, there's no agnostics, there's no other atheist? Brian is the only atheist that lives in Quahog. There's no scientist? Wow, that's really believable. It gets to the point where Brian has to lie and say, because he can't drink. He can't drink. Nobody in fucking Quahog will serve him any drinks or alcohol because he's an atheist. So Brian has to lie to get him some beer. Then let's just skip ahead towards the end of the episode. Meg takes Brian to a book burning, and I'll show a clip for it.
A book burning?
Come on, grab an armful. We have to destroy everything that's harmful to God.
Basically, this book burning is like Christians or militant Christians or religious people bashing scientists and whatever, which is also insulting because, let me just say this. This episode itself is automatically assuming that all religious people are idiotic, bigoted, stupid asses with the logic lower than the first graders. Let's keep it real. This episode is automatically assuming that. Okay? So because Brian sees this, he brings up one of the most idiotic arguments of God's not existing, and this is one of them. He says something like this. Meg, I'm gonna say this right now. If God was real, would he want you to look like the way you look right now? Megan says, well, he made me in his image. Then Brian says, okay, well, if that's the case, then how come he gave you a mom that's smoking hot, but you look more like your dad? Wow. Where the fuck do I even begin with how fucked up that statement was? Okay, Brian, number one, you're skeptical of God's existence because Meg is unattractive to you? Notice that I put the emphasis on you. Cause who the fuck are you, you little wannabe Snoopy little bitch? Okay? First of all, like, your character used to be so good back in the early 2000s. Your character was genuine. Over the years, just like this bum ass show, it became horrible, and I got evidence, okay? I got evidence, Brian. Your character became fucked up. But like I said, who the fuck is you? Okay, God doesn't exist because some females are unattractive to you. Do I even need to bring up your ex-girlfriend, your baby mama? Do I even need to bring her up?
Tracy? Tracy Flanagan?
Oh my God, Brian Griffin, is that you?
Yeah, if you gave me the choice between her and Meg, I think I'd rather get with Meg. Okay? And okay, like I said, your character is fucked up, Brian. You think I'm lying? Cause I know one of you are gonna say, no, that's that fucking bullshit. Brian is a fucking genuine character for fucking Family Guy. And you're a fucking troll for saying you're silly. Your opinion don't mean shit, William Smith. Your fucking opinion don't mean shit. Well, I got evidence, you bum-ass motherfuckers. Take it, Quagmire.
Like me? How can you not like me?
Okay, I'll tell you. You are the worst person I know. You constantly hit on your best friend's wife. The man pays for your food and rescued you from certain death, and this is how you repay him? And to add insult to injury, you defecate all over his yard. And you're such a sponge. You pay for nothing. You always say, ooh, I'll get you later, but later never comes. And what really bothers me is you pretend you're this deep guy who loves women for their souls when all you do is date bimbos. Yeah, I date women for their bodies, but at least I'm honest about it. I don't buy them a copy of Catcher in the Rye and then lecture them with some 7th grade interpretation of how Holden Caulfield is some profound intellectual. He wasn't. He was a spoiled brat. And that's why you like him so much. He's you. God, you're pretentious. And you delude yourself by thinking you're some great writer, even though you're terrible. You know, I should have known Cheryl Tiegs didn't write me that note. She would have known there's no A in the word definite. And I think what I hate most about you is your textbook liberal agenda. How we should legalize pot, man. How big business is crushing the underclass. How homelessness is the biggest tragedy in America. Well, what have you done to help? I work down at the soup kitchen, Brian. Never seen you down there. You want to help? Grab a ladle. And by the way, driving a Prius doesn't make you Jesus Christ. Oh, wait, you don't believe in Jesus Christ, or any religion for that matter, because religion is for idiots. Well, who the hell are you to talk down to anyone? You failed college twice, which isn't nearly as bad as your failure as a father. How's that son of yours you never see? But you know what? I can forgive all of that, all of it, if you weren't such a bore. That's the worst of it, Brian. You're just a big, sad, alcoholic bore. I'll see you, Brian. Thanks for the steak.
So am I to just assume that all atheists are like Brian? You just heard what Quagmire said. I mean, this episode itself is assuming that all religious people is idiotic, bigoted fucktards. And in this episode, they basically are. But no, nigga, not all religious people are bigoted like that. And I know because of my experiences. I seen Christians defend. Man, look, if I get into detail or stories, this episode is gonna go way too long. even me, I believe in God. I do. I believe in a higher energy. I believe that there's something behind this universe that our minds cannot even begin to comprehend. That's what I believe. But I know atheists. Okay, I can have a decent conversation with atheists. I have atheist friends, like I said. It's militant atheists that keeps. I literally had militant atheists tell me I should go kill myself because of my belief. If that's what your type of atheism is offering me, then take your religion of militant bullshit elsewhere. Real talk. I'm showing evidence. You can get mad, you can troll me, you can comment below, you can get butthurt all you want to, but all that shit you saying, that you motherfuckers are gonna say, is thrown out the window. Okay? But back to the episode, Brian is just fucked up, okay? You could have, this is how the episode should have ended. This would have been far more beautiful. Now, remember during what I said, everybody in Ghetto-Hog starts attacking Brian. Okay? Let's say somebody overheard Brian being an atheist and not Meg telling everybody. And let's say everybody starts attacking Brian. And let's say all these people got Brian cornered up. And somebody's about to take his life. Let's say Mayor West. And the only one who defends him at the end was Meg. Meg says, look at yourselves. Look at how all of you are acting. I thought Christianity was showing unconditional love and loving your enemies and Yet look at you guys. You're acting like a bunch of savages and Brian is my family member and I love him and I accept him for who he is. That would have been a way better ending because it's showing everybody coming together. Togetherness. Even on the video I got this fucking clip from, with the book burning clip, even the comments was like, I hate religion, I hate religion, I hate religion. Look, I'm not religious myself, okay? I don't need it. But I'm not an atheist. Okay? I do respect religions. I do know some religious people. I'm not gonna lie, there are some militant religious people that can really take shit too far and judge people for having a different belief. But not all religions or religious people or people who believe in God are like that. And this episode really pains me because it could have been something far more greater. But instead, it was just like, oh, well, atheist is right. You know, all religious people are bitter or idiots. You know, so what do I rate this episode? I got 3 ratings. The lowest rating is not giving a fuck about this episode. The middle rating is like, it's okay. And the highest rating is, this episode's good as hell though. But this episode right here, you're not going to remember it. You're not. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're not going to give a double fuck about this episode. That's my rating. Because this episode, I don't get it. Religion's bad, but in the beginning of the episode, you can obviously see that her own fucking Meg's own fucking family pushed her to the fucking religion. So I don't see, there's nobody to root for in this episode. Not Meg, not the family, not Ghetto-Hog, not even fucking Brian. Because Brian's character is just, you heard what Quagmire said. So that's my rating. I don't give a double fuck about this episode. And neither should you. But then again, I would still like to hear your opinions about this episode. Don't let how I feel about it, you know, like if how I feel about this episode is going to ruin your day, then that's petty as hell. But leave a comment below and tell me what you think about Not All Dogs Go to Heaven, or tell me what you think about Family Guy as a whole. I don't like it anymore. I love the older episodes because it was just genuine. Now I fucking hate I fucking hate the series as a whole. It just needs to end, real talk. So leave a comment below and let me know. And as always, if you like what you're seeing here, have any more requests or anything you want me to review or anything like that, then please leave a comment below. Let me know. So I'm out. This your boy Big Will. I'm out. You have a glorious day.